for VP as they execute the retake A strat to perfection with a fast flank. And they're going to see the round come their way. Nice start on Mirage. Zero hesitation into that one. And really zero opportunity for Furia from the word jump.
Well, that was smooth as hell. one of the swifter retakes I've seen. VP were completely happy with that setup. To be fair, Mirage, it is normally played for that retake. The usual goal is to try and catch a kill or whatever. But when it comes into a 5-on-5 like that, you don't expect it to be able to go so smoothly with so many positions left to clear out as you move in and such. But now VP make it look easy. And we are seeing the force back in from Furia. 2 AKs. We have the hero plays, Art and Yuri are the men who are actually rocking those. Yuri had obviously a pretty good performance back on Overpass. Art never really got going to the same extent, but obviously a new map, a fresh game, and well, hopefully he's been able to reset the brain here and perhaps can come out and show us what he's capable of, because they need it. He is one of course, only 2 rifles that they have currently. They've got full mid control. That is a positive. VP surprisingly didn't want to challenge it at all. I guess expecting that there is a good chance for this force bite to have come in. Instead, pushing up on ramp and, well, taking control to counteract the fact that they have actually lost mid. And it looks like they do want the A split.
That nade's well placed. Oh, look at that damage. That is chunky. Molly goes in to push Buster back. He's going to have to drop this, but they don't know Yekendo's here. They don't know Yekendo's here. How much damage is he going to be able to do? He finds 1, he finds 2. He's looking for more. We'll be able to back away into the spot, but he does get 1 at the very least, and a follow-up as well from Vinny. Vinny, a third. Kicker, though, still in the ramp. Make sure that they're not likely to take this through, but now he's got a 1v2, and Vinny is collecting scalps. Quesarado close at hand as well. They both got rifles now. They're playing for it. That bomb's been retrieved. That bomb will be planted. Nothing Kicker can do from his current position. Wanted to swing out to see if he could catch, to see if Vinny left a leg exposed or the like, but it's not there. An attempt at the clutch here. Vinny looking to add 1 more to his score total. And these players don't have armor, so that's a limitation. Kicker's gone on high there. He's been spotted. The Eagle is there. The shot is better from Quesarado. And the finishing blow. What a round for Furia. They do win the force buy. They're able to tie up the scoreline right off the bat. Now the money, well, the money is looking very rough for VP.
Yeah, we've got a fight. Right back in. Furia, they make the force buy work. And as you said, yeah, VP, a little bit of a rough spot for the economy. They're going to buy the scout on James, so I would imagine they buy around this, but I like how they're going for it. They're like, okay, let's not buy everything. We'll get some digs here. Get 2 to 3 kills. We're looking good. Obviously, they'll have to take an eco in the next round, but if they can get another couple of kills, then again, they can do serious damage. Keep Furia down in a position where you can break them with just a gun round. That's the goal. But they also want to ensure that their own buy is going to be coming out in a strong position. That's the issue with getting force bought back on. They kind of have to make up for that lower level of loss bonus by not quite going for everything. Art, this could be dangerous. Never fun getting caught around connector up against those pistols, but yeah, smoke put down so that there's not going to be too much risk. Full connector control, full mid control as well, of course, alongside it. And, well, they don't really need to rush things because they do have so much time. And they know they're not up against an amazing investment, of course, coming through from VP. Oh. Free smoke coming in from VP. Ooh. Are they rotating another player around towards B? They are. They're actually going to rotate Kicker off. Fully entrusted Yekendar to be able to hold this. He did have another smoke again, but now he's actually being wrapped on from window, so he needs to hit a nutty shot here on Art, and he might actually be overlooked. No, Art deals with it. We have a kill elsewhere as well for Casarato as Sanji goes down, and yeah, this should be straightforward from now on, although this weapon could be stolen away. There is 2 players around here on short that could move through, try and take that AK, and maybe have a little bit to save over, but he's called in for help now as well. So even if he wants to go down the trade, would likely be there. And, well, they don't even want to let VP save over what little they have.
I don't mind that. Identify the players, destroy them, prevent them from being an issue as you try and exit out after the round. Just make sure you're going to take it. 3 players survive, so it's no harm, no foul in that regard. And now you got a proper eco to go through. They're not going to have any, as you said, they're not going to have anything. What little, well, what nothing. That is nicely done. And Quesarado, yeah, gets to add 3 kills onto the counter as well. It's a nice way to start things off, 5-1. Not ridiculous, but very good. Now we'll see what little can be done in this round. 1 deagle, a smoke, and a flashbang. The only investment here, and Yuri looking to feast. They're swinging, though. They're punishing. Yuri down for the count. A MAC-10 actually not found. And 2 players here, so if they try and retake the position, they're going to be punished, most likely. But Junior, meanwhile, working his way out of Palace, is trying to find a bit of a flank. There's his spot. Knows the Buster's right outside of the connector. That could be found from the Palace position. But look at this from Yakindar. He's found the bomb. Has he seen it yet? He's got control. Quesarado's going to go back to clear. Certainly has to be looking, and Yakindar's come in towards the Palace instead. I think he might be looking for a backstab. He might be looking for a knife, and he might just get it. There's only one player here. Go for the knife, Yakindar. Do it. He's going to find it. Gets the rifle. There we go. 1,500 gain and a gun to play with in this. Suddenly things get very risky. Quesarado coming late back in towards the Palace should be able to clean this up. In the meantime, they have to stay alive, and Junior can do nothing of the sort. Another gun gets dumped, tossed towards a teammate. And this round is getting very dangerous indeed. Art completes the window jump, but there's a player watching the murder hole. One player cleaned up, a second looked for, but they can't quite secure it. And now their positioning gets awkward. It's all onto James, who just has a USP. This round should be fine. 30 seconds still to play with. James got a hop, skipping, and a jumping. Is he gonna go all the way through spawn? To what end? There's not a gun back here. He's got nothing to save. He's just going to try and get one more kill. Don't think he'll leave himself enough time to actually win this. But he wants that one more kill, Dean.
Yeah, you can understand that. They only have the USP. As I said, that was kind of the goal going into that round before. Going for only really the half investment, keeping a little bit of money. Wanting to then just kind of get a little bit done with whatever they have here in this round also. And yeah, coming out with 3 kills is amazing, as you said. Obviously, the extra economy that was found off the back of the knife as well. That was fantastic by Yakin there. Recognized he couldn't do anything about holding the bomb with just the USP at that range. Gets a little bit of extra cash, makes this such a dangerous round for Furia. And now, well, gives a chance for VP in this opening gun round to potentially break Furia down just by winning the 1. They wouldn't be put onto a double eco, as they do have some money there, but yeah, they would be put onto an eco for sure. And look at this, Yakin there, confidence. He wants to push up mid. That's the bomb that went out first on the back of Junior. That's going to be a bit of a miscommunication. Will they expect a player also up close, as it's Yakin there who pushes through? And, well, they're watching for it, and there we go. Quesarado denies the aggression. It did look like Yakin there was nearly going to catch both of those players as they faded away. They've actually lost the bomb site in the meantime as well. Furia recognizing that a lot of the players were around mid, so that they could just pretty much capitalize on the lack of defense.
Oh, hit on the cross. James collects that kill. That's huge. That drops the bomb. That's information gain. Now it's a man advantage as well. Held off by the Flames. This is where things get interesting. Numbers will be punched in, so at least Furia have that to work with. But now they need to hold on. Positioning outside the ramp, positioning in towards connected. This next skill could be critical. Art gets the better of Buster. 2 HP and a dream is what he walks away with. But they are also whittling time off the clock. Sanji now coming into the flank. Art will get cleaned up, but he was barely there to begin with at that point. Quesarado close up. Oh, this could be both kills. Sanji, did he realize the player was right next to him? He did. Quesarado gets the kill with the no-scope. He got another as well. It comes down to the 1v1, and he will hit it. Quesarado, a 1v3, a 4K to close it, and a 4th round for Furia.
Absolutely ridiculous stuff for them to be getting away with. 4-1, this is the start that Furia needed, but I was not expecting it to be able to be pulled off in a way like that. We need these clutches. Quesarado has been the man who's just been on the go since pretty much the beginning of Overpass. He's not slowing down, but he needs someone else to catch up pace with him right now. You have Junior again going 0-5. I'm pretty sure he went like 0-6 on the previous map. You can't rely on 1 versus 3s every round. At least in this one, they very likely won't need it. They should be heading up 5-1. But it's some of these rounds coming a little bit too close for my liking. Great work though again.
Quesarado's 11-1.
Yeah, no, he's ridiculous. He ended. What did he end on the 30 or was it 30, I believe, on the previous map? It was looking like maybe Yakin there could have got something done. Kicker also has the dig ready for the Palace player, but no, the smoke covering off the push out from Vinny. Yeah, he's able to win that one, and also Junior is actually going to get himself a frag, allowing himself to wake up a little bit. It's shocking though, just after, no pun intended by the way with that, but it is shocking to actually see how much Junior's struggling, and Art after how good they were the last day. But James, he baited him in. Quesarado, okay, I mean he's flowing with confidence and everything, so you can understand why he was trying to hunt that down. But yeah, baited into the Zeus. That's exactly what was wanted for James, and now they've got weapons. They've even got an op.
Now this is getting very
This is a bit
concerning.
too much to have given away.
Yeah, this is a lot to have given away. Fortunate that there was no chance to bring back the round. But off of a Zeus kill and a D kill, suddenly you're giving an AWP and an AK over. Art might be able to clean up one of these guns, but I think he also doesn't want to drop his. Yuri is low. They do not have a lot of cash to spare. Would not fancy the chase here. They were going to have a buy regardless. This just bolsters them for the future. Art wants to see if he can take one gun out of their hands. That's not going to happen. It is the 5-1 line, so it's still a very nice scoreline, but Virtus.pro off of these first 6 rounds are now well poised to fight back into the game. Op comes out. Could see the double op right off the jump. Don't think it's going to happen, but it could happen. No, not here. Not for Buster. Just the single on towards James. See if we get that later in the map. I suspect not. A little fast play in towards mid. James is out in the open, but he doesn't get punished. The smoke gives him just enough cover as the cross goes towards top mid that he can escape. Keep that AWP intact. Here's going to be a catch in mid, though, but Yakandar, he's so good, and he is up to the task once more. So now a man advantage available for VP, and they will continue to take some mid control. There are players down towards the bottom of it, and they're looking for Buster up on the catwalk, but as of yet, they're not going to find him.
Yeah, VP don't want to give much away, and yeah, when they actually do try and fight Buster eventually, he comes out on top of it. Doesn't even take any damage. Stays up on full health. Fury have already creeped out ramp here, but he needs to be very cautious of the under palace, and although he had been looking at it initially, Yakandar takes his attention there, and that's fine. He was the low health player. They're very happy with that trade they've been able to achieve. As I say that, though, obviously, rather, Furia pull it back. What is going on? How have they managed to get this 2-on-2? We might even see another frag going their way on mid, and indeed we do. Full control now. It gives them room to go ahead and, well, potentially move back, actually, to get the bomb, because they've left that behind. Was that intentional? This is an issue. They're both so separated. There's no way Junior's able to get over here. He will check jungle, but he goes down to Sanji. And now it's Caserato on only 90 in health with under 30 seconds as well to actually get this to one of those bomb sites. Where does he take it? And, well, he's going around back towards A, and it seems to be the correct decision. Sanji has gambled that it would be brought through the B apartments, and we can see that's not where it's going. He'll only find out once the bomb actually starts getting planted. Or I guess it depends how quickly he starts planting. If it gets down to like 7 seconds or so, he'll realize it's not B. And yeah, he should start moving back over now. It's going to be tough, though.
Okay, Serrato on another clutch. Could get towards the AWP if he wanted to. Could get the spot as well. He's worked his way in to take it. There's the AWP. So that mitigates some of his health disadvantage. Got a nice line on the bomb as well. In case Serrato's just going to hold. Does Sanji have any utility to cover this off? He does have a smoke and a flashbang if he wants to clear in towards take it, but that would give up his position, so he's going to do it dry, and he's going to get shot in the back. Serrato, another clutch. Delivers once more for his team. 3 kills in this one. A 1v1 to seal the deal. Serrato, this man's impact is ridiculous right now. 14-2. 8 kills above the next closest player on his team. 9 kills above the next 7 kills above the next closest player on the server. As I learn how to do math here. What a showing from Serrato. You're absolutely right. He needs someone else to step up and start to help him. But hey, if they're going to rely on somebody, it might as well be Serrato right now.
Yeah, VP are like, lads, let's pause for a minute. Caserato's like on one, and we need him to cool off a little bit. Because he is basically single-handedly doing it, as we were saying there. He needs some assistance, but for the moment, he's delivering clutches. 14-2. I think he had like 160-something ADR. You've got Art on over 100 ADR as well, even though he's only got 6 kills. So I guess he is stepping up to help out when needed. But yeah, 6-1. What a turnaround from how that first map had been going by this point. It seems like they were certainly able to carry over a lot of that form that they started building up in the latter moments of Overpass. Oh, and this buy is not too great for VP, actually. UMP for Sanji, even. A mass for Buster. Does allow the nades to come out, at least. They're not lacking much in that regard. And they do have 1 kit on towards Kicker. But yeah, Yakandar, he's made this short jump. Hoping to be able to get something done with the secondary op that they've pulled out. And, well, it's worth noting, it's not on Buster. Yakandar taking it probably based on the spawn, considering the jump he went for.
Yakandar. Waiting for Yuri. Willing him in. Does Yuri actually just manage to cross away? Ha, timing. Brutal there for Yekindar. They're giving up top mid. He's going to be focused in, sensing that there's a player there, and meanwhile, they've just left. They have just left him alone. This B site's actually rather soft. The op can swing back in from Catwalk, but the two guns on are a UMP and a FAMAS. Far from ideal. Unfortunately for Furia, they have not quite sussed that out. So instead, they're going to come hit the site that has Jame peering straight down the ramp. Utility will sail over. Is there a smoke for Jame? Because if not, you're losing a body. He's going to actually get forward in a Molotov. It won't spread, but he will eventually die. The spread was there. The kill is better. Queserado gets one more. Art a follow-up. And now the bomb should be down, and this might just be a save for Virtus.pro. They still have an op in the hands of Yekindar. That's absolutely worth keeping through. He's going to try and get something, but once this bomb goes down, if he hasn't gotten a kill, that should be done. He does collect, though, and now they're coming into the fight. Know what he's doing. A player in jungle. Sanjay, if he had anything other than a UMP, this would be very viable. But alas and alack, he does not have that. He is still going to get the kill. Art got the trade, and he'll lose his life to the second as Queserado once again comes in with a big kill. Feels like that's a sentence I'm saying every round. A second op is even picked up. So Furia now going to be playing with that, and they're tossing around the guns. And round after round after round, we see Queserado close things. It is Art this time who has the impact player stat to his name. 3 kills there. Nice entries, opened up that A site, made it happen for them.
Yeah, as I was saying, his ADR was actually pretty solid even when he was down on 6, so he's been contributing in a bit more of a silent way, apparently, at points. But that previous round, fantastic entries alongside Queserado, who's now 16-2. Continues to go up. Maybe that could be his final prediction for what he's calling here on Mirage. I mean, if they kept going at this rate, they wouldn't be far off it, so we will see, of course, how it goes. They're going to go up 8-1 anyway, so they'll be halfway there after this round, unless the Deagles can pull off a bit of a miracle. I'm going to stick onto the P250. He wants to, of course, ensure the op is here in the next round. But yeah, what a turnaround. This is looking just incredible in comparison to what they were delivering. And it's so insane that it's down to Queserado. Let's be real with those clutches. If not for those, the swing rounds would have gone the direction of VP, and we could be looking at a very different scoreline. Busters. You know, a player's already dropped down. Well, now he does. Bit late, though.
Queserado is having a game that few players ever touch. He is on a different level right now than the rest of the server, it feels. And Virtus.pro are struggling to match it. Bomb's going to go down. We might just see these remaining players save their armored eagle. It's not a bad shout, and you're really locked out of B, so there's little opportunity they're going to be able to do much else. Vinny even has control in towards mid. Could just hold from chair or top, but he's actually going to go peeking for a little bit more. Gonna collect Sanji. That's one more player out of play. That was the only player without armor. So I don't care too much about losing his life. Now it's sets of armor going down. They'll be able to buy next round regardless of what happens here, but it's always nice to save that extra 650. And Furia will make sure that there's really no damage that can be done to their persons. They will take all of these guns through. They start to build that economy. Now it doesn't come down to a clutch. Obviously, it was just against pistols. They're just making it happen. And if you were talking about maybe slowing down Queserado, well, now's not the round to do it. He's up to 18. 9-1 kill to death ratio. It's a good number to have.
What are the games we're getting today? Let's have an insane performances. This standout showing right now from Queserado on an individual basis, and then also that whole Spirit thing that happened.
That did happen. 16-1 of Astralis.
I said it happened, but I wasn't even sure. I needed you to confirm because like it didn't seem real. Pinch me, Mike. Too far away for that, unfortunately. Oh, he did spot Art, right? This is a bit of an issue. He has nades, though, that may allow him to get away. And yeah, thankfully that wallbang wasn't connected by Art. We're actually going to see the ramp aggression come in now that they've lost the mid control. And, well, the leg shot gets hit onto Vinny. Do they want to keep on pressing the issue, or are they happy with just the damage? And, well, yeah, it looks like they do want to keep on pushing forward. It's actually James who was going in on his own. Just a pretty good time in the back away, though, as Vinny was moving back from above. And, well, on mid now, we're going to see them fighting back in. Yekindar catches Art on short. He knows there's a player directly on their window as well. And at this point, they just don't need to fight. They have a man advantage. They know they legged another player. And yeah, it is Furia who are feeling all the pressure to get back into this round specifically. And that's still with James even posted up aggressive on ramp.
It is. The question is, based on his positioning, if a player works their way out of Palace, is he going to be in trouble? Right now. Doesn't really have a lot of support from his team. Here's going to come to hit. Do need to clear from that Palace spot. really deep smokes this time around. There's the flash. Doesn't catch him at all. He is locked in this angle. There's the swing. He catches one. Now he's locked into the corner. How this player lurking out could do huge, but Yuri gets caught in connector. Now they got to deal with multiple angles. Yekindar takes out K-Serrato. The man who has been nigh unkillable. He falls. And so Vinny, with no health, is going to back away. 15 points to his name. Looks like he wants to clear the flank. 20 seconds. I do not fancy his chance to save. With 5 alive for VP. I mean, I guess it does them a lot of good to keep all of these 5 alive. But Vinny is just going to try and run out the clock and take it into the next one.
Yeah, and it should be allowed to happen. VP, obviously, after losing so many rounds in a row, they need to try and build up some economy for themselves so they don't just get quickly returned on. Taking the weapon away from Vinny even wouldn't have been too big of a deal. I guess they know they've been doing decent damage as they have been getting some kills in most of the rounds. Obviously, a lot of the situations even coming down to clutches, but they'd be aware that taking that one weapon away wouldn't have actually stopped the buy here in this round, so it just wasn't really worth throwing any effort at. But yeah, flawless round from VP. Up to their second, but really, if they want to be working with a CT side here, they're happy with it. Will be all 7, really, that they're looking to try and make it up to. Or, the remaining 5 rounds to bring them up to 7. Ooh, B-Rush. This is a switch up. Vinny straight through the molly. As a teammate smoker from behind then, so they'll be able to at least get in and help him out. And, well, yeah, trusted to be ahead of them by quite a little bit there as he finds the opening. But Yekindar, he finds 3, the hat-trick delivered. Buster through the smoke as well. I don't even believe above it. Manages to catch Junior, and suddenly Arthur's alone, despite such a fantastic start there with the entries going the way of Furia. It crumbles as Yekindar is the hero of this round, unless, of course, Art is able to pull off a clutch and show us that he's got a bit of that magic that K-Serrato has been showing us. Maybe. He might be peaked soon, and he is, but he wasn't quite ready for it. Actually thought there was a player potentially still up close on the bin as the smoke was fading away. Here we go, a 3rd round again in a relatively clean fashion at least.
Pause comes in for Furia as they decide how they want to handle this one. But here's the chance for Virtus.pro to get back in. Yekindar, a huge round. It appears the answer to K-Serrato is this man right here. 3 kills in that one. He's up to 14 on his own line. 14 and 9. He's starting to get up there towards K-Serrato's 18. He's looking to keep pace, and he has been taking a substantial amount of control. Still, the rounds don't necessarily account for it. Only 3 on the board. They need many more. And it does appear an investment's coming in, but this might actually be it. 2nd rifle goes in. It's kind of a partial force. Art will play with a lesser buy into the next one if they don't win here, if they don't get a bomb plant, rather, I suppose. But K-Serrato has the rifle, and to my eyes, that is the most important aspect of this. See if he can heat back up. It's been 2 quiet rounds for him. More
surprisingly,
quiet
he's been
rounds.
getting enough kills for like 8 rounds in 1 round, so I think he's just like, I need a rest.
It's true.
Look at this.
Very
this
true.
Is pure art right now. Some fine art, I guess, coming out from him. They are actually going to back it off a little bit. He's like, I think I've covered too much ground. I do need to wait for my teammates to be right behind me and hang on. It was initially JM with 1, but suddenly the frags just light up the scoreboard in favor of Furia until again, it is VP who return with 3 of their own. A sea of blue fills the kill feed, and, well, now it's all onto K-Serrato, but I mean, yeah, Mike, we've seen this time and time again, and he seems to overcome the odds, well, each of those times. Is it something he can do yet again here to send Furia up towards 9? If he heads to B, he might be making the correct decision to at least give the bomb plant, and he could even find the back of Sanji. No, I think he's okay. He's in towards the mortar hall. He should be covered. Yeah, thankfully.
This is still the right read, and we've seen this work off time and time again. The prescient man gonna try and put the bomb down, and that he will at the very least be allowed. Even need to clear back in towards side. He had plenty of time to play with. Now that bomb's down, they've got to come back through. You see Sanji just now realizes it. K-Serrato can position himself wherever he'd like. There's no flank either. They're both coming out market. K-Serrato expects them from mid. But presumably if they jump through the window, that's the point where he'll hear them. Radar dish up for K-Serrato. Listening for just the tiniest bump, the tiniest footstep to give away and key in their position. And he appears to have the read. They're clearing in towards bench. Has he heard this now? He's looking for it. He's got the first. Body drop. Looking for the second as well. Not going to find it. Sanji able to finish him off. Able to out-clutch the clutcher. Almost no time on the clock, but just enough time to slip through this defuse. And that is a 4th round for Virtus.pro. Just barely.
he gets a little bit too close for sure. Only one living. It's a position where their money isn't too bad anyway, so they're not immediately punished for it, but it could be trouble if Furia are now able to bounce straight back in this one, because they do have the full buy, thanks to that bomb going down, and thanks to Caserato again making it a close situation, even if he's not able to win it. Damn. Okay, well, you said he had a couple slow rounds. He does step back up in that one, but he still needs help from his teammates, especially when they swap to the CT side. He can do this here, yeah, but when he swaps to the CT side, he's got to need his teammates to also, well, hold. He won't be able to solo carry. It's a straight up B rush. They took so much nade damage already. Buster, though, didn't expect the player to have wrapped around so quickly. Then he had dropped out the window. At least the trade is there from Sanji, but he's got to hang on, and, well, he's doing so. He is wasting some time for his teammates to move over. Speaking of which, though, Yekanar just got spammed through the smoke by Art, who was blind at the same time. So I'm pretty sure he saw none of that. And they've finally dealt with Sanji hooked in that corner as well, so it's all onto James. A 1-on-3 is needed, and it's his turn to clutch now, apparently. As Yuri's all alone, it's through the smoke from James. A 5-7 to the head. The Tracer's giving away his position. What is that? VP, they're working their way right back into this, and, well, now they've got their upper firing off. Jesus.
Mirage is apparently just the map of huge individual plays.
Safe.
No round is safe. You're absolutely right. It's been the Caserato show. We've had Yek and Dog chiming in. Now we've got James time. This is madness.
It's just the back and forth. It looks like one team should have the round no matter what, and crazy stuff like that happens. Even when it doesn't come back to the win, just to make it a lot closer than it should ever be. But yeah, obviously, JM comes out with a ridiculous 1 versus 3 right there.
Just truly massive. Truly massive. We're going to have the investment back in from Furia, at the very least on Art. Seems like the rest of the team will likely follow suit. No, they're going to do their thing where Art buys and everybody else picks up pistols. It's worked for them before. Let's see if it can work for them again. I think this is my least favorite of their stratagems, but...
Sorry, I was just going to say the positive is now when he does this, they're not losing the op. You still have Junior who's going to pick it up, so this hero AK buy from him, since they have Junior on the lineup, I'm good with it.
That is true, I suppose. Kicker, going to catch the player coming through. That is Art, AK down, no impact. Junior gets a kill with the Deagle, but he cannot get the follow-up. Trying to retrieve the gun. I suspect Yekindar gets one more. Back from the triple box. He's just doing damage. The damage, no problem here. Holding, controlling, and dropping bodies left, right, and center, all onto Caserato. And this one is a bit too much to ask even of him. He's out.
Yeah.
He's down for the count. Not this time. Not this time, Caserato. 6 rounds for Virtus.pro. 1 more in the half. Let's see if VP can draw it back within 1. You said they wanted all 7. They got it so far. 1 more to do.
Yeah, it's definitely on the table. Not being given a free round here in the final one or anything by any means. Art obviously is a bit low on money since he had gone for the hero AK, but with the full loss bonus going, he's at least able to pull that rifle out alongside just body armor. So we still got the weaponry. They still have a strong buy across the board overall, and well, Art, he's going to do what Art does, right up to that short. Unfortunately, wasn't able to find success. They do at least get the trade onto the player who had pushed up mid, so it is going to be coming into the 4-on-3, but look at the damage done. Yuri's barely alive. Junior brought down to 61 also, and, well, importantly, they've lost both of their top performers with Caserato and Art going down in that initial exchange.
So slow down the pace here. See if they can catch somebody off guard as a result. There's actually a gap being made towards the B site itself. 2 players push towards Catwalk. Though admittedly, these gaps they're leaving are quite effective, right? Because they're pushed all the way down towards the bottom of Palace. They've got a player who's hedging his bets in towards Market. So now they're going to be actually very well set up for this. And the bomb is making its way into mid. That's risky. Bomb now down, wide out in the open. Going to call the cavalry back around. Yuri will be able to trade it. A smoke down to confirm its retrieval. That gives so much positioning information over, and Yuri is down to 8 points of health. Vinny, the only healthy player, he's got to win this duel with Buster, and he'll have his head ripped from his shoulders. This one should be all over. Done and dusted. Should be ringing the bell to end the half. Yuri, 30 seconds to play with. Only 1 player towards this side of the map. If he can get a quick headshot onto Buster, that's a bomb plant secured. But now his position's known. He's going to try and use a Molotov to force Buster out. And that will work. at the very least, might just be able to plant. But as I say that, no, James come back into the angle. There's no chance he's getting away with this one. The sidearm will be enough. He knows that. And Yuri's trying to swing to get a kill. It's not going to happen. It's 8-7 at the half. When we come back, the second half, do or die for Furia. Welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters here, where this could be our last half of Counter-Strike for Dean and I here on the B stream. The last half for the B stream as well here in the group stages. It could be it. If Virtus.pro close this out, they move on into the playoffs and Furia are headed home. So do or die now for the Brazilian squad. We saw VP climb back in after a tremendous opener from Quesarado that saw them move up towards 8 rounds. Can VP do this? Can they close it out here? Or is the deity known as Quesarado going to grace us with his presence once more? He'll have early contact as he's jumping to peek in towards. Don't know if he saw the angle. Ooh, might have spotted a player there. They've got past him. He hasn't seen. He doesn't have the information. Now James looking for the uppercut shot. I think his gun model blocked him on that peek. Now he's looking for it. Now he's ready. He hears the footsteps, certainly, but he will go down. God is dead, and they're looking for more as well. The bomb looking to be planted, but Art on the site. Don't think they realize he's here. James looking for it now. He knows he's going to clear it out, and James, he'll get the better of him. It's actually Sanji to come away with it all onto Yuri. Yuri deleted. And the scoreline is tied up right off the pistol.
So damn quick from VP right there. Yeah, it's such an awkward position to be in for Furia. What I kind of alluded to a little bit as we were like halfway through that previous half, because Caserato at that point was already sitting on 16, but he can't quite be everywhere here on the CT side, so he does now at this point definitely need his teammates to also step up in line with him. And at least they're probably not going to get much of a chance here for the next couple of rounds, unless this force buy works out. There is the chance for VP, of course, to get a bit of a lead going, and if it wasn't for those clutches thanks to Caserato in the previous half, we would have had VP in a much better position going past that half time. So it just is scary to see. Obviously, VP, as the top of your screen shows, are already up by a half, just in case anyone newly joining us. Good connector control here, but against the Eagles and such, that could be dangerous if Yekindar had have stuck around, but no, he's flashing his teammates up short, and, well, they're going to find a completely open B bomb site. This one is not going to be a struggle for VP. There's very little that's going to be able to be done in this by Furia, and, well, honestly, it's probably the save to be called for immediately. Ooh. Player still in the short smoke. Oh, did he actually see him yet? No, this is really awkward. There we go. There's a Galil. Surely they don't move in with it, though. I would imagine it is going to be the save.
I mean, 5 players alive, right? No, they are going to go for the save. You're right. They're going to work with the rifle. They're going to work with the Deagles. They're going to work with what they've got. They're not going to fancy
the same shot in the next round, basically, is what they were going for here. To try and maybe steal it away, or at the very least, get a few kills.
Yeah, it makes sense. And if they can get another gun, which Art's going to go forward and try and do without his armor, that could be huge. Kicker just moves off the angle as he slides up. The timing is working beautifully here for Art. Is he going to find another one? They're all coming his way. Disaster could be in the cards. There's one. Doesn't realize Kicker was so close, and so Kicker will be able to clean it up. That was just the SMG down, but still, it's another set of armor. It's more money that they're going to force Virtus.pro to spend in the next round. And the gun is saved through, so this gets interesting for Furia.
Yeah, they could do a lot with this, honestly. It gives them a shot in this round, as I said, basically on par with what they had in that previous round with, well, a little bit more firepower, obviously. They get a little being saved over. So there is that positive, but it's on a man who's been struggling in this map incredibly, apparently. He's 4 and 14. I didn't even realize Yuri was having such a poor performance, and we said he was one of the players back on Overpass who was showing up for them as well. So that is unfortunate to see. Yeah, he's got this Galil. This could perhaps be the round where he turns around his fortunes, and, well, from Underpass, let's see if he can be spotted. If they had a smoke, that would be perfect. Vinny actually does have one, so it could have potentially been like a one-way smoke towards the under, which is something that you see common around that position, but no, he wasn't there, of course, so he wasn't able to give any help. Yuri makes it away, though. I honestly did not think he was going to be able to escape with that weapon.
Does for the moment.
He had made it just in time as well, because Sanchi was on his way up through under.
They'll fake a bit of presence in towards the ladder, and there is a player underpass, so they will have heard that. Be wary of the position as well. It does seem like this is going to be an A hit. It's not a bad read for Furia to have all of the players here. And you can see why. Art's now taking deep apartments control. They've got so much information off of this. Might even rotate the 4th. There still is some presence on Catwalk, but it's coming through ladder, and you see Caserato starting to make the moves. So here's going to come the hit. A crossfire right by the smoke just on the other side of it. Buster's going to catch one, but they expect Vinny here. Kicker does. Smoke fades. Vinny's dead. It's all out of Yuri, but Yuri answers the call. 1, 2 down. Wants some more. Nearly has the lineup, but doesn't quite have his crosshair on. That'll be done. It's left to Caserato and Art. A dynamic combo if ever we've seen it. But the bomb's starting to make its way on. Art's got the flank. What has happened here? Another body hits the floor. Jane trying to salvage his way through, but he's been lost. It's all onto Yekindar, who's been so good for this team, but now just wants to play off of the bomb. 2 targets to find. They don't have a smoke. They don't have a kit, so they're going to need to stick this, and that is going to make them very vulnerable, and he is well too aware of that fact. Just wants to play with the clock. So smart, so patient here, and there come the kills, and Yekindar takes them both in the same breath. It got so risky, so dangerous, but he does secure it for the team.
Yeah. That surprised me. Call him Yekindar Egg.
Oh.
I was waiting on the
I'm
response
disconnecting.
for that
I'm
one.
walking away. It's your cast now, Dean. That was. Oh.
Yeah, that was next level terrible. Oh
I
god,
love it.
oh, nice kill by Kicker. He catches the up try to peek out towards under. That's unfortunate. Art also had one, but he had been mollied off initially, so he wasn't able to give the help rather that was needed. He does at least pull one back now to stop the short push from coming through, which has allowed for Caserato to fully focus on the apartments, and, well, the drop together is not going well. He manages to get away with 2 kills before eventually being returned on, and ooh, that was a chance for Art that, fortunately for VP, he does not capitalize on. 2 on 2. Plenty of time to work with. The bomb only gone down, of course. And Art at the moment is waiting for Yuri to move in through short, but the barrel's being spotted. It's a kill for Yakinder, and at this point now, they should be able to play time pretty easily. They hadn't quite spotted Yuri. Now the info, of course, is obtained as a couple of shots ring out. But he can't do anything. He's already being legged down, and even at this point would probably like to save that M4. Perhaps can get away, but no. Yakinder doesn't allow it. There we go. Another round in the way of VP, and, well, the economy again not being sufficient for a buy for Furia.
We are seeing a monstrous performance from Yakinder here. I mean, we've talked to him multiple times through this weekend. We know how badly he wants this, and you could just see it. He's making it happen. He's 26-13 right now, and these last couple of rounds, I mean, last round, or the round before last, rather, he secures it himself. This round, just passed. He gets 3 kills. He's now far surpassed Caserato. Far surpassed 3 kills. He has surpassed Caserato. We're just seeing it from him. He is making this happen. A 3-round lead. Now James connects the first shot here. That gets some connector control as well. Caserato's going to try and go back for the gun. That's not going to be allowed. Yakinder watches. Yakinder has no mercy. No gun for you. Want to be a bit careful. A bit vulnerable to the pistols, perhaps, if he sticks around. All 3 remaining players are here. If they figure that out, they're, of course, just going to leave and head towards the other side. Yakinder goes down. Now there's potentially 2 guns to retrieve. Vinny has the AUG. They'd like that AK as well. We need to get a bit further down for it. And they're actually, interestingly, Virtus.pro having gotten that kill, having seen the stack, they're going to head towards A as Furia heads towards B. What a bizarre read, but it is working out perfectly for VP.
Yeah, Buster could still cause some trouble in the attempt to move back towards A. He's not really peeking too aggressively, though, so he's not going to stop Yuri anyway from moving back towards jungle. But he could catch the 1 rifle. If Vinny tries to rotate back from short, they may not expect this lurker to still be present. Of course, though, the players pushing onto A do need to ensure they find success. And so far, that's a bit of a struggle. The Deagle against the Mac-10, not the ideal weapon for Sanji to be on that fight with, and he does go low. But with the help of the Molly, they ensure the round, well, hopefully won't get too out of control. Because, well, getting the bomb down, it's not quite in place yet. Struggling a bit to get the crossover. They know there's a player on short, and nice. They double peek it. James peeks in and catches Junior, and yeah, Vinny's done. He wants to save this AUG over. Makes sense. He can give a weapon over to Art at least then, so they could maybe come out with a solid enough investment, of course. But it's getting out of control. Well,
it is, yeah.
Such a good start for Furia as well. Was it 8-2? Am I remembering right?
It was 8-2 at one point. 8-3, maybe? No, 8-2.
Because I think they needed the 5 in a row. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
You are absolutely correct. They have run this many rounds. It's kind of wild to think about. It's been a long time since Fury has managed to crack one on the board, and that means that this is now 10 rounds in a row for them. That's how math works. 10 rounds in a row for Virtus.pro, and they're showing no signs of slowing down yet. For Furia, a timeout comes in here, and it is well spent because this is ridiculous momentum. You got to stop them at the gates here. Even those first few rounds, those first 8 run of rounds, right? It took so many clutches from Caserato. And so he's slowed down a bit. Back to normal levels, he's still doing good impact. But without his massive overperformance, they're struggling to keep pace.
Yeah, and you couldn't expect them to keep it up over onto the CT side. That's why I was saying we needed someone else to join them. We've had Art rather have a couple of rounds. Vinny stepping up a little bit as well, obviously having some moments, but we're just not getting the players who need to be present. Junior especially, I don't know, he's really having a tough time throughout this game. Again, the combo of him and Art in their debut game, and the first game we got to catch of him, it was insane. And we just haven't been able to see that same presence, even in a single round, really. As well, Art dropping out window. He does want to try and give some early advantages, at least to Furia, and he's going to struggle with it because a flash comes out. He had already been tagged by that initial nade, and yeah, Yakinder delivers an opening frag towards VP. Again, Furia, as always, it seems, on the back foot. Apologies.
Struggling to get back through this one. Bomb might be coming back towards this A site, which would actually help for them, because Vinny could swing back in from jungle. They'd have a pretty good setup for it, but no, nothing could work out easily for them. They've got control in towards lower. Sanji trying to clear this out. Vinny looking for something, anything in terms of presence, and they're going to take this mid control, and then, based on what we've seen from them before, likely head into a cat hit. Vinny will burn himself trying to get the kill on Yakinder, but it is not an even damage exchange. He goes down to 29. Yakinder barely tagged up as he ducks behind the box, and now mid is theirs for the taking. No one can hold around to do it. So which direction do they want to go? Bomb still inching towards B. Inching its way up. 2 players towards either site. Very isolated. The presence comes out of jungle, but this might just be to sell a fake. They move utility on both sides. It pulls the players out. Kicker gets 1. That's all he wanted. And now you can see Sanji's just holding for the catwalk play because that's where he expects the players to be. And this is such a read from VP. What a play. Quesarado gets 1, but the bomb's crossed to plant. And with the players still in con, there's no way they expect that. So now Quesarado has to defend from both sides, has to battle back in, and he's got no safe haven to fall back to. Virtus.pro move on to 13, and they are looking to put this map in the rear view and slide straight into the playoffs.
Oh, damn. What way are the quarterfinals laid out? Because I'm curious if it's possible that we could have an all CIS semifinals. Because we've been seeing the teams deliver to that level in all of the games. This has been insane.
With Spirit besting Astralis, it all depends on whether Na'Vi can take this Liquid series. If that's true, then yes. Then yes, the top 4 in this tournament could be all CIS teams, I think. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I think it is likely.
Yeah, hard to check while we're in the middle of this one, of course. What was that kill? Was that... Oh, James caught the crosser. Junior trying to make his way over. They don't have a lot in this round, so I mean, it's not the end of the world, but still. He's been having a tough time. You don't want to be getting taken out early on in these rounds as well. On such a tight angle, I believe. Nice kill by Sanji. Catches the aggression. Doesn't want to stick around. That was a good idea, because if he had of, the MP9 probably could have dropped out window on top of him, but it ended up just basically pulling them into the open so Yakinder could get a couple of free kills. He's going ham. He is having a great time right now. Just hit the 30 bomb, I believe, with those 2 kills.
He did. Yep. That puts him on towards 30. It also means they've made 11, and this will be 12 rounds in a row. Unreal momentum coming through from VP right now. They're going to take the B-bomb site, presumably. I mean, it doesn't really matter what they do. Yuri's all the way back in spawn. He can't do anything about this. He cannot do anything about this whatsoever. The question becomes, how much does he want to commit to hunting down a rifle? What does he want to do with this? Where does he want to move with it? Don't expect he's going to have a lot of success, but he will certainly try to pull off something magical here to keep Furia's hopes in this game alive. To try and just maybe douse a bit of the flame of VP and give them more of a chance in the future. He's going to work his way into underpass. There's no one here for him to meet. Might be able to find an upgrade if he mixes it up in towards mid. Kindar up in the window, waiting to patrol this. If he makes an audio cue here, he's done for. There's the AUG. Here's the swing. Nice kill for Yuri. Okay, should be able to keep onto this gun now. He retreats into the courtyard. That is the right direction to take it. No one here. So at least they've got an AUG to play with in the next one. That gives them one more gun to work with here. But it is all coming down to this.
Yeah, I'm not loving the chances anymore at this point. Not loving the odds. I'm curious now of what the odds are at, because yeah, VP were basically favored from the get-go. It was initially pretty close, but after what we seen, kind of how things started off on Overpass, it very quickly changed, and it didn't really shift back either, despite obviously the uptick in performance from Furia in the latter part of Overpass, and I guess that may have been the correct call, despite how great they looked there in the opening moments as well. It was 8-2 at one point. This has been all VP. They woke up and, well, they're not napping until they're done. They're not napping until they're in those playoffs.
I mean, look at this performance from Yakinder. Let's just talk about it. 149 ADR. You can see the odds there are heavily stacked towards Virtus.pro at this point. 30 kills. The next closest player on his team has 16. He's got 14 more kills than the next closest player. He has the potential to end this map with more than double the kills of anyone close to him. I mean, he needs a couple kills in this one, and he's good. One more multi-frag, and he's pretty much over that line. Unreal performance from it. It's not like his teammates are having a bad time. James is 16-9, right? It's just an unreal game from Yekindar. I think he saw what Caserado was doing through the first few rounds and said, no, it's not how this is going. I'm the best player in the server. Deal with it. I'm going to make you believe that fact. But still, there's a chance for Furia to change that script, to rewrite this history. They're going to attempt it here. First point of contact is going to be Yuri. Jiggling in towards ramp. There's players coming his way. Top mid control's been given over to VP. They don't want to contest it. They don't want to deal with Yekindar there. There's a flashbang. Doesn't catch Yuri. He's actually just going to drop a smoke and back away. Now the hit might just come through. Utility not really catching for either side. So for now, it's a standoff. And Yuri's actually going to try and flow back in to fill the gap by getting in the smoke. He's past Buster, catches him on the edge. Timing is perfect there. That's a big kill to find early. The move comes, the response comes. They take connector control, but there's two players who've just made their way into window. This is a dance right now, and it is a dance with extreme danger on either side. Yekindar, has he made his way into the window? He has indeed. Is he going to catch this kill? That would be huge. Coming out of the smoke, this could be everything. Art collects. James has had one elsewhere, but right now it's looking good for Furia. A 2v4. They try and fight their way through, and they're running out of clock. 25 seconds. Just now, James begins a long rotation, and I do not know if he has the time for this. He's going to go all the way through the apartments and just sprint towards the site while Kicker tries to hold them in place. They've got the money to spare. He's going to fake a jump. Just about enough time to get this down, I think. He's lost his teammate, but they have drawn the rotation. Everybody else. So now the bomb will go down. That plant money will come through for VP. And James, well, how many guns can he take away? The big question for them now.
He's already got a 1v3, Mike.
He does. He does. They're creeping forward. He's looking for this. Peering through the shelves now, willing Junior to come around the corner, but James got to watch multiple angles. Timing will be everything. Junior, he's been claimed. First player down, done, and dusted, and they're just sticking the bomb. Molly's going to come through. I don't know that it was quick enough. Smoke is there. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, there's nothing could be done. Once that smoke was put down, clearly the plan was to take control of kitchen. Would have hoped to have caught maybe two of those players in there, but yeah, Furia, they actually only put in the one. They made sure he only moved once those short players and the apps player were already on their way out also. So they were at least able to just confirm that position, and as we see in hop on the bomb. A good round by Furia. They do add a 9th now to the scoreboard. Win this one, and you will actually see at least Kicker a little bit low on money, but I just realized James had 11,700, not 1,700. So yeah, the economy is not going to be an issue in this next round anyway. They'll be able to get the drops in and such. So it's going to have to be at least another couple rounds for Furia before they force pistols onto VP, before they start getting anything easier. At the moment, they've got to work incredibly hard for every one of these rounds. If it wasn't for the box, I might have actually connected on Yek in there as well. That weird flick.
Yeah. We saw it on Overpass as well. The comeback that got so close. Only for it to fall away.
In theory, should be more comfortable here in making it happen as well. It is their map choice after all.
One would think, but as we discussed before, despite not seeing much of Mirage, it is a good map for VP, and we've seen the evidence of it today. Hard to discount what we've seen with our own eyes. Control going to be taken in towards mid. There's a player smoked off in the window. There's nothing really Vinny can do about this. He's just going to hold to see if someone tries to hop through and get adventure. This is going to be Junior instead, who now has his sightlines clogged. This is looking like it's going to be a split on towards A. The one player in ramp now coming through. Here comes the burst. Here comes the explode. Junior's drop. The trade is there, but the bodies are dropping. Vinny down for the count. It's all under Yuri. Got to stand up. He's got to hold on. He's lost Caserado. It's only two players to hang on here to try and avoid map point and make that all Art. Art has a decision to make. He's got an AWP. They've got 3 players alive, and they're going to be planting that bomb, and he is going to back away. Make the smart call for the long run. It's battling for OT right now, as Virtus.pro will find series point, the point that will put them into the playoffs. They just need one more, Dean. One more of the next 6, and Virtus.pro book their spot in the Katowice playoffs.
Yeah, and again, Giant at least 2 other CIS teams so far with Spirit and Gambit. We are waiting to see whether Navi make it through or not.
3. Navi are through. It's just a question of whether they join the semifinals or the quarterfinals.
That was just that. Yeah, no, sorry. You're right. I got confused. I thought you were saying that they weren't true. Yeah, I forgot. Sure, we're the only one on the elimination match. We're just decided between the semis and the quarters. Similar to what we seen in our last one. But yeah, Art at least able to save that up over. That's it though. They have enough there on Caserato and Yuri to buy. He's able to drop one, thankfully. So I think there might be just maybe one player stuck with a weaker weapon. If even. No, actually, they've managed to get everything out. Caserato, I think he did sacrifice a little bit. He is on an M4 with no armor. I mean, he's really slowed down since the halftime, to be fair, but he's still not the player I want to be leaving on a glass cannon M4 or whatever the hell you'd call that, because it's not really a cannon.
It's very odd.
A bit rough.
Very unusual. Where is he playing with it? And he's also the solo B anchor with that. So, good luck, man.
Well, I guess none of them really have nades, but yeah, word.
I mean, I guess if they come through, he's just going to be setting them up for the retake is what he's trying to do. Has he spotted Sanji yet? Not quite. As soon as he sees a player there, it's going to go. Smoke goes down. Bail out. Just try and stay alive. Get one. Caserato, that's already good. Vinny's followed it up elsewhere. Caserato creeping back into the angle. They can't quite find him for the tracers, but Buster will eventually deal with him. 1 3/4 is more than you can ask in that situation. He has done his duty. Now it's on his teammates to try and see them through to live another day. Nade comes in. Tikert down. It's left to Buster and Jame, but we know that these two players can do. Looking for the clutch. It's not going to be Jame time. It's all on Buster now. 1v4. He'll find the first, but the trade is there. Furia. Hang on. Caserato finds them enough for his teammates to come through, and it's actually a team ace for Furia. So what a way to do it. 10 rounds found, double digits. 5 more for OT.
Yeah, let's hope that team ace kind of indicates the spread of impact we're going to get now from Furia throughout the rest of these rounds as well. Because, yeah, they need everyone stepping up to get these 5 rounds to take us into an overtime. As you said, they got so close to making the comeback happen back on Overpass and fell just short. It would obviously be a heartbreaking situation if it was to happen here again, but they've got to give it their best shot if they want to stay in. And, well, yeah, try and keep the dreams alive of the playoffs. Obviously, the money is still not even really... Well, they put a dent in it, I suppose, considering 3 players don't have a lot of money, but it didn't impact this round at all. So VP are right back in with the investment yet again. We're actually seeing the aggression and underpass from Arth right now. There is only one player, I believe, moving under there, so there could be a chance for him to catch that kill. His teammate, though, who was watching the top of mid, has unfortunately been taken off the angle because of the run boost that came out. Completely stopped him from being able to see anything from Connector, really, because he goes above that angle. So it is unfortunate, but it doesn't really seem to hinder Arth. He's able to back away either way. And yeah, Vinny now being smoked off, so VP should move in for the mid control, and considering all the aggression we saw there, it's kind of crazy that we haven't had a single kill.
Not yet. Barely even any damage. Very minor amounts coming in. We're going to boost a player in towards ladder. That'll be Vinny. Art now holding down mid with the AWP. He's going to back off of it. Both ops position here towards jungle and mid. And Art now rotating to shift them around the map. Based on current posturing, this looks like it's going to end A. Obviously, the bomb hasn't leaned any way. And Virtus.pro have very much a lot of choice about which direction they want to take this. But they're starting to take control in towards Con. That smoke indicates it as well. They've got a player ramp. They've got a player jungle. The trick is one of these mid players or the apartment players needs to stay alive to go back and get that bomb. 30 seconds on the clock. Yakindar gets dealt with. Now Sanji can't really move. So it is going to be left to Jame to get that bomb and head over. Yuri's gotten close by the smoke. This kill on Buster could be everything. Buster holding for it. Yuri just on the other side, and Buster will collect. Now that's the site ripped open. That was the only player actually in the site proper. A smoke in jungle would ruin this, and Vinny is the next defaulter. Sanji's finding more. Oh, it's all falling apart. 5 seconds to go, but the numbers are punched in. That bomb is down, and Art misses a shot. I don't know how that didn't connect. It's left to Caserato. The man who was so strong in the beginning must now close things out to try and keep them alive. 1v4, and he's got so much ground to cover to even get close to them. A kit available. He's hoping to give him anything, but he needs to move. There's no one even close by. Caserato, you've got to go. He's running out of clock. It looks like this one is done. I don't know quite what he's doing now. Now the movement comes in, and he will start to make his way through. Oh, he's knifing. They're knifing. He knew what was happening. They tight through. Buster will take it. That's a noble surrender. The samurai sheaths his blade, and they will finish him. Virtus.pro are in the playoffs of IEM Katowice. We'll be back after this break.